Hey guys, welcome to my new video. This is a lot of explanation that I'm going to show you in this video today. This is about that how we're gonna write down the letter of explanation for postgraduate work permit extension. This is just an example how you're gonna write the letter of explanation. Alright, so first we're gonna write down the date here. So now guys, you have to write down that your information, who you are. So in my case, I'm just writing now I am Sam Smith. And just write down your basic information. What is your name? What is your passport number? What is your present status in Canada? You're gonna write down everything here. Alright, so I just write down my name, my passport number here, and I said that I'm writing this letter to explain my situation. I'm a postgraduate work permit holder. So and I'm gonna write down my date of birth. And I written down here where I'm living right now. You can write down your own street where you're living. So this is just an example. I just write down here. Put your own information in the first paragraph, and the second paragraph we're gonna start writing down the main issue. So what happened in many cases, the student not getting their entire period of their postgraduate work permit, which is 3 years, because their passport is expiring before that day. So the IRCC only issue you the postgraduate work permit until your passport expiry date, and then you have to apply for the extension, postgraduate work permit extension. That's why we're writing this letter, that how we can explain to the IRCC officer and what is this for. So this is a letter of explanation stating that we need the extension of our postgraduate work permit. So you're gonna write down in the next paragraph that you're applying for the postgraduate work permit extension because I only got my postgraduate work permit until the expiry of my passport, which is, you're gonna write down your postgraduate work permit expiry date and your passport expiry date here. I'm requesting you to please issue me the remaining time of the postgraduate work permit on my new passport. And then you're gonna write down your previous passport issue date and the expiry date. So you're gonna write down the issue date here and expiry date here. So basically we're trying to explain to the IRCC officer that we only got the postgraduate work permit until the expiry of the passport, which is here, and now I'm requesting you to issue me the remaining time period of the postgraduate work permit. So now visa officer or the IRCC officer should know that why we are applying for this postgraduate work permit extension. So rather than just go into your forms and look into that what you are applying for, this letter explaining everything to the IRCC officer before they go ahead and look into your forms. So letter of explanation is very useful and very helpful for the students or for the workers when they're applying for the extension. It's very helpful and it's helped the visa officer to understand your situation. So now we're going to go ahead and write down the remaining portion of the letter. All right, in this paragraph, we're going to write down that I am also attaching my offer letter, employment letter, and my IELTS test result with this application. So guys, we also need the employment letter if we are applying for the postgraduate work permit extension. It's not mandatory, but if you have it, it's good to attach it and explain to the visa officer that we are attaching it. And then the IELTS test result. So IELTS test result is important if you are applying for the postgraduate work permit first time. Then you must need the IELTS test result or CELPIC or any French test result. You have to attach with your application. But if you're applying for the extension, you don't have to provide the IELTS test result. But like I told you in this video, which is on the right top corner, you can see here that if you're applying for the postgraduate work permit extension, what you're gonna do, and it's a step here. This is a step-wise step. So just click on this video. It's gonna take you to how to apply for the postgraduate work permit extension. And yeah, guys, come back here. So I was telling you that it's for the extension, it's not mandatory to provide the IELTS or any French or English test result. It's only important if you're applying for the postgraduate work permit first time. For the extension, it's not mandatory. So in the next paragraph, we can also write down that I'm also attaching my employment history additional page with this application, as there was not enough space in IEMM 57110 form to add more than 3 employments. So guys, if you're filling the postgraduate work permit extension IEMM 5710 form, I show you here. So see here, in this form it says that employment. So give the detail of your employment from the past 10 years. You're gonna add 1, 2 and 3 occupations here under the employment. But if you want to add the fourth employment, you have to add another page, write down your fourth or fifth occupations or any other employments. Write down in the another page, attach with this application and give the letter of explanation. Like we said here, I'm also attaching my employment history additional page with this application, as there was not enough space in IMM 5710 form to add more than 3 employment. So add the additional page, write down all your employment history, all the jobs, and mention to the visa officer. So that's that. That's all we're gonna write down, and we're gonna add our contact information with this letter as well. If the immigration officer have any question, they're gonna contact with us. All right, guys. So after that, you just gonna add here your personal information. Please reach out to me if you need any other information. Add your phone number and your email address and your name and your UCI number. So add all this information here in your letter of explanation. And this is email address. Must provide your email address, because sometimes the immigration officer, they do have the questions, they reach out to you on your email directly rather than sending you the mail. So add your email address, and this is a very convenient for both sides, so it's a less time consuming process. So make sure add your email address with this application and UCI number, and this is your letter of explanation. So the guy, this is just an example what you're going to write down in the letter of explanation. Make sure what it fits for you, write down that in your letter of explanation. This is just an example for you how you're going to write down your letter of explanation, what you're going to add. If you want to add the more documents, you can write down more documents here. Like, so add your situation in this letter of explanation. Tell the visa officer why you're applying for this application and what you are attaching with that, and what's the purpose of attaching that document. So that will make the process less complicated, and it's very useful for both ends. So guys, this is all for this letter of explanation. If you want to watch more videos about how we can apply for the postgraduate work permit extension, you're gonna reach out to me at this videos. So click on this videos, you're gonna see that how we're gonna apply for the postgraduate work permit extension.